A man falls to his death through the roof of Portville Sugar Factory. Significant changes to this year's Crop Over Festival. And coming up in sports, Team Barbados captures 2 gold medals at the Special Olympics World Games.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC News Night, starting now.
Good evening, I'm Shane Jones, leading the news at 7. Operations at the island's lone sugar factory, Portville, ground to a premature halt earlier this afternoon after a worker fell to his death. British national 46-year-old Paul Clifford of number 2 Yorkshire West Road, Christchurch, was changing galvanized sheets on the main building at the time of the incident. Ambulance personnel were called, but the contracted worker was pronounced dead on the scene. Agriculture Minister Indar Weir visited the factory and described the situation as tragic and unfortunate. He adds the factory will remain closed for the remainder of the week.
When all the investigative work is finished and the body is removed, we would then go to a period of cleaning. Obviously, all the forensic work and stuff must be done. And after that period of cleaning, then we will start back operations on Monday. So we're literally done until Monday.
Barbados Agriculture Management Company General Manager Leslie Paris says the roof repairs had only begun this morning and were expected to be completed in a few days. Now, he says the deceased was a supervisor with Terraco Building Inc.
He was the supervisor this morning. Unfortunately, he met his demise during the course of the job in repairing the roof to the factory, and in stepping on one of the panels, he fell through onto the floor below. It's estimated that he dropped between 65 and 70 feet, but that has still to be determined and verified by the police report.
Another young life cut short by gun violence. Police are investigating the shooting death of a 16-year-old boy who was gunned down in Eden Lodge, St. Michael last night. He has been identified as Ashton Ronaldo Ford of Green Hill Main Road, St. Michael. The shooting took place around 25 minutes to 10. The young man died at the scene. Now, Ford's death is the 16th murder for the year. Police said one of their patrol units was in the Eden Lodge area when they saw several people running towards them. Now, after trying to find out what happened, the officers were told that someone had been shot nearby. The officers then did a search of the area, and Ford's body was found in a track between 2 housing units. Police are appealing to anyone who can assist their investigations to contact their emergency number 211 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-TIPS. Major changes are in store for the Sweetest Summer Festival. Chief Executive Officer of the National Cultural Foundation, Carol Roberts-Reefer, revealed the overhaul for Crop Over 2019 during the annual sponsors reception at Ilaro Court. Ryan Broom was there and filed this report.
While many of the coming changes have been merely talked about over the years, CEO Carol Roberts-Reefer says common ground was reached following extensive talks with stakeholders in December. Among them, the winner of this year's Pickety Crop competition will have the option of keeping the top prize vehicle or an alternative of $100,000.
There is a tradition of the monarch winning a car. And again, the elephant in the room, we've all heard the stories. How you can sell this car? I can't get back the money for it, whatever. So we went to our dear friends at Courtesy. And Courtesy said, no problem. We are going to give you a brand new X-Trail. We do all of our usual paperwork and all the rest. Brand new X-Trail for the monarch. And Lit Krishmi said, but they said, but that's not all. If the monarch, on the night of their winning, does not want the car, we're going to give them $100,000.
The NCF CEO adds that there will no longer be a semi-final stage of the Pickety Crop competition. Instead, 16 finalists will be selected through the judging process in the tents, along with 1 reserve. Those 16 finalists will then come up against the reigning Pickety Crop monarch. The NCF boss also revealed that Calypsonians will now perform only 1 song for the competition instead of the traditional 2, but they will be able to perform as many songs as they wish during the 10th stage. Meanwhile, she also revealed that changes are also in store for what has been known up to now as the Soca Royale competition, which has featured 2 separate competitions. This time around, entertainers will be competing for the top spot in an amalgamated Soca Monarch competition.
We looked at the numbers and we thought, you know what? Let's do it. Let's take this leap of faith and go back to one competition. And this competition is aimed at selecting the best soca song of the festival. No BPMs. Bring a tune. If you think it's good enough, bring a tune and let it be judged at the Soca Monarch competition.
And Minister of Information, Broadcasting and Public Affairs, Senator Lucille Moore, encouraged Barbadians to give the new changes a chance and come out in full support of the festival.
The innovations she spoke about for the pick of the crop seemed to me very different, and I look forward to it myself. And I think, like most Bajans, pick of the crop for people of my age tends to be an event that we like to go to. And I have every intention of being there this year to see how this new format works. And I think that anytime you have these type of innovative ideas, that everyone should give it an opportunity to see how it works.
Ryan Broom for CBC News.
Well, as you just heard, Cropover is shaping up to have a totally different look, with its major competition seeing some significant changes. We were able to capture the initial reaction of some of the big players after the details of those changes were revealed last night. They say a child shall lead, so let's start with the juniors. The NCF has embarked on a new initiative that will see seasoned Calypsonians going back to their alma mater to mentor and guide the young who want to get involved. Reigning 13 to 18 monarch Kwan is all for it.
It's a step in the right direction, for sure, because it would give the young people that expert advice to go ahead onto the junior monarch stage, and even as they grow older to go onto the pick of the crop stage. So definitely think that advice from the older Calypsonians would go a long way.
We know the pick of the crop final this year will see Calypsonians competing with just one song. And now the monarch has the option to take $100,000 in cash instead of a vehicle. So what do some of the tent managers think about those changes?
The changes will bring a flair, a new look at Cropover and a new look at the Calypso tents. And I think that the package that you offer this year is going to be exciting. I mean, obviously with one song in the competition, one has to come out ready, gearing, and almost ready to deliver. It's got to be finals from day one and minute one, right through to the competition, right down at Kensington.
With a car, you find it difficult to get it sold, and then there's a lengthy time before you can dispose of it to really realize anything. So it's a step in the right direction, and I hope that it will bring up more people to the tents and make it more intense and more exciting.
Courtesy's regional project manager Sam Gaston told us they came up with a cash option after listening to the plight of the Calypsonian.
For many years, the winners always complain that they don't have enough funds to cover their expenses coming through the festival, and especially when they get to the finals and semi-finals, etc. The cost to them is astronomical. In most occasions, what they do is that they would sell the car in order to get funds to cover themselves.
The 2019 festival, under the theme Get Cropover Correct, starts on May 4th at the NCF car park with the first of 6 community events called Bajorama. 2018 was fantastic for Barbados luxury hotel Sandy Lane. During last night's glitzy annual employee recognition and gala awards dinner, General Manager Randall Wilkie said Sandy Lane maintained its AAA 5 diamond status for its 4th consecutive year, also becoming the only hotel on the island to be awarded with the Forbes Travel Guide 5-Star Award. Sandy Lane received many other awards in 2018, but the general manager knows there were varying reasons for the huge success.
We had a great 2018, in part because of the business we would have gained due to the closures of hotels throughout the Caribbean following the disastrous hurricanes of 2017. This, however, ladies and gentlemen, was an anomaly, and we will not likely see that increase again this year. Regardless, we still continue our marketing efforts to increase new business to Sandy Lane, especially in the US market. We have seen an impressive return on ad spend, with over $1.3 million in revenue generated from our 2018 digital advertising campaign alone.
Well, featured speaker Senator Lisa Cummins says she wants to see the excellence shown by Sandy Lane mirrored in Barbadian society.
A Sandy Lane Barbadian excellence that takes Barbados as a nation, as communities, beyond the stars, which is our theme tonight. All of us, myself and you, who have put our hands to what we call the national plow, who are building a nation, a society, a community, and families and homes, one by one, bit by bit, have to begin crafting a new vision for a new nation before a new people.
A very lucky Giselle Duff came out on top of 17,000 entries when the draw for the grand prize of Sky Mall's Heart of Hearts competition was made at its Haggett Hall location today. Giselle won herself 1 year of free shopping at the mall worth $12,000. She says she plans to spend the majority of it on groceries. Customers spent over $50 or more at any store, $20 at any restaurant, or $100 or more at Massey Supermarket or Quartz to enter. 25 cents from every entry was donated to one of 12 charities. Operations Director for Sky Mall and NSR Limited, Everett Eastman, says the mall will continue to contribute to charity even though the competition has ended.
All during the year, we will be every first and last Sunday of every month. We will also offering opportunity to all the charities who participate and others to hold special luncheons where they'll be able to raise funds. So I just didn't want it to be a small period of trying to get them to expose themselves to the public and also to try to raise funds. So we've sort of extended it here now for a whole year.